Alrighty, let me sit properly. Alright guys, hello, what's up? Welcome to another pregnancy Q&A slash update. So let me sit you guys down and talk about, first of all, how I've been feeling this third trimester compared to the first and the second. A lot of things have changed since my last pregnancy Q&A. So I asked you guys to send me questions on Instagram, anything you had that was pregnancy related. And I also want to give you guys my personal experience, how I've been feeling, how I've been coping with pregnancy since the third trimester started. So one of the main changes that I've been experiencing is my energy levels are so low. I have energy in the morning, but by 2-3 p.m. I always get crashes. I feel like I need to take naps in the middle of the day, so that's been hard to deal with for somebody who always tries to be productive, and I work from home. It's been very hard to stay productive and stay motivated through those crashes. So I'm doing my best to deal with it, trying to not be too hard on myself. Some days are better than others, but I never know how I'm gonna feel. So that's been really difficult to deal with. The second thing is also just physically, my belly has grown so much. I feel like it was relatively small until week 26, 27. And then in less than a month, it doubled, tripled in size. And it's just hard to carry. It tires me. I have not worked out because of my low energy levels and also because of my belly that's just been feeling really, really heavy. I haven't worked out in over 2 months. So since my third trimester started, I have not worked out at all, which is completely fine with me, to be honest. I don't mind it at all. I'm taking time off. I'm enjoying this time. Third trimester is difficult enough on its own, so I'm really not beating myself up about it. I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. I feel like my mood, my energy levels are better when I eat healthy foods. But like I said, pregnancy is difficult on its own. So I'm eating whatever I crave. I'm trying to not be too hard on myself and yeah, trying to cope with it, but have not worked out at all. Diet-wise, I don't feel like my diet has changed that much, but because of my low energy levels, I often get cravings for sweets and junk food, which is not really good, but I let myself indulge. Like I said, I'm not beating myself up about it. What else has changed? Another change that has not been easy to deal with is the fact that she's getting so much bigger now. So because she's bigger, not only is she heavier, but she's also pushing all my organs and everything around, of course, inside of me. So my stomach is pushed and I feel like it is a lot smaller and I cannot eat as big quantities as I used to. You think you would eat more in your third trimester because you have a baby to feed, but it doesn't really work that way. So my stomach, if anything, feels smaller and I need to eat smaller meals more often. So I can't really have one huge meal or else I feel nauseous. I feel like the food is not going down properly. So I feel like my whole digestive system is a little bit disturbed because of it, because there's a human pushing on it. I've also been getting some heartburns at night. If I lie down, I can't really digest properly, so I need to sit up. Little things like that. So just processing food in general hasn't been easy, but it's absolutely normal in your third trimester. Like I said, she's taking so much room, so everything is kind of pushed around. And I feel like that's something a lot of pregnant women don't even talk about or acknowledge. So because of all of that, my digestive system is not what it used to be. So those are the main changes that have been really difficult for me to deal with. The rest has pretty much been the same. Thankfully enough, my nausea did not come back in the third trimester. I know a lot of women told me that in the third trimester their nausea came back, but thankfully enough that was not my case. Unless, like I said, I had a really big meal, then that would make me nauseous. But in general, nothing compared to the first trimester. The first trimester was definitely the worst in terms of nausea. Since my second trimester, I haven't really experienced any nausea, thankfully enough. So I'm really happy about it. So I'm quickly gonna go through the questions that you guys sent me on Instagram and try to answer as much as possible. If you guys haven't seen my first pregnancy Q&A, I will link it down below in the description box. So if I don't answer your question in this video, it's probably because I already answered it in the last video. So the first question is, what did you use to reduce stretch marks? So I already talked about this in my first video, but I'm gonna say it again here. So the first product I've been using is from Bio Oil. Actually, let me go get it right now. It is amazing. Okay, so I got the products, and like I said, I already mentioned them in my first Q&A, but I have to mention them again because they definitely deserve it. The first one is this oil from Bio Oil, and I apply it all over my chest, all over my body, about twice a day. The second one is this one from Hatch, and how gorgeous is this bottle? It's so aesthetically pleasing. I believe it has almond oil, super hydrating, and again, I put it all over my chest and my stomach. And the last one that I haven't mentioned on YouTube yet, but I've also been using, is this Nourishing Stretch Mark Cream from Evereden. And sometimes I even mix both of them together and I apply it all over my body. And so far, I haven't had any stretch marks. So, fingers crossed, I won't get any, but they've been working extremely well for my body. The next question is gym. I'm guessing you're asking about my workout. I already talked about this. No, I completely stopped working out since my 3rd trimester. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I was still working out. I was doing at-home workouts about twice a week, and I would just put a YouTube video on, workout at my own pace, take it easy, nothing too intense, mostly Pilates or things like that, which I really enjoyed. Of course, after I give birth and after my recovery, I'm planning on trying to start working out maybe once or twice a week again. And I want to actually document the whole process, the whole recovery process. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know, because I think it would be really fun to just show you guys how I'm getting back in the swing of things, how I'm starting to work out again, and my experience, and how I'm, you know, trying to just get back to normal and get my body back. The next question is about my skin and if I had any acne. Thankfully enough, for somebody who has experienced acne and who has acne prone skin, I was scared that my hormones were gonna make my skin worse, but I actually haven't really had any breakouts or any rashes or anything like that on my body since I got pregnant. So I'm really, really happy, and I'm really, really grateful that my hormones, you know, didn't cause my skin to react in a negative way. So no, my skin is pretty much like it was before. How many calories do you think you're eating when pregnant versus before pregnant? So I can't really answer that question because I don't really count my calories at all. I did notice that I do get hungrier since I got pregnant. Maybe not during the 1st trimester, but since the 2nd and the 3rd, my appetite has definitely grown, but nothing that would be really out of the ordinary. Some days I have a bigger appetite, some days I have a smaller appetite, so it really depends. But like I said, I don't count my calories, so I can't really answer this question. Any changes to diet during pregnancy? Example, eating more protein or just eating what you feel? To be honest, I've just been eating what I feel like eating. So pregnancy is hard on its own, guys. And I didn't want to put extra pressure on myself to have to eat healthy and, you know, watch what I eat and count my calories. So I really just been listening to my body. If I'm hungry, I'll eat. If I'm not hungry, I won't eat. The only thing that has been difficult is, of course, because I get crashes, I often turn to junk food, which is really not healthy. But I haven't had any crazy cravings. And the one thing I've been doing to really make sure that I'm getting all the nutrients is I've been taking my prenatal vitamins every single day, and I've also been taking iron pills because I do have a little bit of anemia, and my doctor prescribed me some iron pills. So I've been taking those in combination with my prenatal vitamins, and at least I'm making sure that I'm getting all the nutrients that I need. Okay, sorry guys, my battery died and I had to go get a new one. But continuing on to this Q&A, the next question is, what kind of workouts do you plan to do after you deliver to redefine your abs? Yours were goals. First of all, thank you. I miss my abs as well. I don't really have a set plan, but I definitely want to go back to doing Pilates, which is my favorite kind of workout. I actually have a whole blog post dedicated to my workout routine and what I used to do before I got pregnant, so I'll have that linked down below. I'm probably going to try to get back to that, just incorporate more Pilates, HIIT cardio, things like that. I have a bunch of my favorite workouts on YouTube actually linked in that blog post if you want to check it out. But yeah, just slowly start getting back to my usual routine, and hopefully my abs will naturally come back. Who knows? But if you guys want to see the whole recovery process and how I plan to bounce back, quote unquote, I am planning to document that whole process and how I am recovering from pregnancy, the changes in my body, and how I'm getting my body back. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, because I really want to document this whole thing and just talk about my honest experience. Is it true that your feet go up a size? So for me personally, no, it hasn't happened, thankfully enough. My feet didn't even get swollen, didn't go up a size, but for a lot of women, it is true. I have heard some women that their feet actually grew a size even after they delivered the baby and recovered. their feet still were about half a size or even a whole size bigger than they were before pregnancy, which is really crazy to me. But thankfully enough, I can still fit in my shoes and my feet are still the same size. So, are you going to give birth naturally? Yes, that is the plan. I'm hoping that I can give birth, well, by naturally I mean a vaginal birth, but I am planning on having an epidural. That is something that is not even a question in my mind. I'm definitely getting that epidural as soon as I can. Hopefully I will not need a C-section. You never know how those things go down. But so far, yes, I am planning to have a natural vaginal birth. So, how do you cope with gaining weight and other people reminding you? Okay, so first of all, I'm planning to do a whole either blog post or YouTube video about this topic. Weight gain during pregnancy. Yes, it is absolutely normal, but no, that doesn't mean that it is easy to deal with and that it shouldn't be talked about. It is very difficult, especially for somebody like me who has suffered with an eating disorder in the past. If you guys follow my blog and follow me on Instagram, you might already know this, but I suffered from an eating disorder when I was a teenager. I'll have the blog post sharing my experience and how I recovered down in the description box, but it was definitely one of the hardest things that I ever had to go through in my life. So gaining weight is a phobia of mine, and I've always been scared of putting on weight. It has never been easy for me to put on weight. I get anxious, I get nervous, but of course going into this I knew I was going to gain weight and I knew I was going to gain a lot of weight, so it was to be expected. It still isn't easy to deal with. What I've been doing is just accepting it. To be honest, you can't really do anything, so I'm riding the wave. I'm accepting the fact that my body is changing. I'm hoping that my body will know what to do once I give birth and will be able to recuperate on its own. I'm not sure how my body will react, we'll see, but it hasn't been easy. A lot of women don't talk about it. I was feeling very depressed about it, especially during the second trimester. I didn't fit in my jeans anymore. My belly was getting really big. I felt bloated all the time. I felt heavy all the time, and now I don't even want to talk about how heavy I'm feeling in the third trimester. But I have just been trying to just be happy and grateful that I'm even able to be pregnant and, you know, carry this child in the first place. And I'm just gonna worry about my weight gain and all of that after I give birth. So for now, I'm trying to not give myself a hard time, and I'm trying to just take it as it goes. And I'm not gonna feel guilty about feeling fat because I'm pregnant. I know a lot of people say you should be grateful and you should accept your body and be happy about it and not worry about your weight, but we're all humans. We all worry about what we look like, and it's absolutely normal. So I don't think there's any shame in admitting that it's been hard to deal with the weight gain, and especially, you know, for somebody who has dealt with an eating disorder, this has been very challenging, but I'm doing my best. I'm only human, and I'm planning to go a lot more in depth on the topic. Like I said, either in a separate blog post or a separate YouTube video. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, because it's something that's not talked about but should be talked about. So definitely planning to just elaborate a lot more on that topic soon. Do you plan on doing a maternity shoot? Okay, so going back on body image and gaining weight, to be honest, I haven't felt sexy or beautiful in this new body, and I know a lot of people are gonna maybe hate on this or think I'm crazy. And I know it can sound so stupid and shallow, and pregnancy is a beautiful thing, and yes it is, but when it's your own body, I don't feel like myself. I don't recognize this body, and it's hard for me to accept what's happening and all of this as something that is beautiful and should be shown and, you know, photographed, really. When it's your own body that's experiencing those changes, it's hard to accept it, and it's hard to see your own body as something that is beautiful. I feel it doesn't feel like myself. It doesn't feel like my body. For those reasons, I haven't really planned a pregnancy shoot, but that might change. I still have about 3.5 weeks left to go, so I might maybe ask my husband to take a few pictures of me by the beach in a flowy dress or something like that, something a little bit more editorial. But I haven't really been wanting to show off my belly in a bikini or anything like that. I don't mind when it's covered, but for some reason, when it's just showing off my bare belly with nothing covering it, I haven't felt like it's something that I want to put out there, if you know what I mean. But yeah, just wanted to say you're one of the prettiest pregnant ladies I've ever seen. Beautiful. You guys are honestly the sweetest. Thank you so much. Do you have any tips for during labor? No, I have never experienced labor, so no tips, but once I do, hopefully I can do a little recap video of my experience and share some tips with you guys. Were you hoping to have a certain gender, or did it matter at all to you? Honestly, no, it did not matter at all to me. I would have been happy whether it would have been a boy or a girl. And I actually was convinced, my husband and I were both convinced that it was gonna be a boy. And we were very surprised at our gender reveal. I have a whole recap of our gender reveal actually on my blog. I'll link it down below. But yeah, we were really surprised to find out that it was gonna be a girl. I just had this gut feeling that it was gonna be a boy, and we were both so wrong. But I'm so happy that it's gonna be a little girl. I cannot wait to dress her up, put her in little dresses. I think it's gonna be so cute. But either or, I know it sounds cliche, but as long as my baby is healthy, I honestly could not care less. So, did you have cramps throughout? I'm having cramps every day. I'm sorry to hear that, girl. I know it's not easy, soldier through. Thankfully enough, I haven't really had cramps or contractions through this pregnancy, so I'm really grateful for that. But I know a lot of women can experience a lot of cramping, so just do your best. I know it's not easy, but you'll get through it. What are you naming your baby? So I'm not revealing my name in this video. My husband and I almost decided on a name, so we had a few favorites, and we're pretty set on one. However, if you know me, I'm the most indecisive person in the world. I cannot even make up my mind on what to eat for dinner. So picking a name for my baby has been the hardest thing. However, when she comes out, I hope that it just comes naturally, and that, you know, I realize that that name that we picked out for her suits her. So I don't want to make any final decision until I see her and I see that it actually suits her. I know it might sound stupid, but we're holding off. We have maybe a list of 4 or 5 names that we like, but like I said, there's one particular name that is on the top of that list, and we're probably gonna end up going with that name, but I don't know, we'll see when she comes out. What did you choose as your diaper bag? So I've already shown it on my stories, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me there. But actually, let me go get it for you quickly. All right, so here it is. The diaper bag that I decided to go with is this one from Base. Let me back up to give you guys a better view of it. So it comes in beige and black. I chose the black one just because I didn't want it to get dirty or anything like that. So it has this extra strap with a chain that I feel makes it look a little bit more stylish. And what I love about it is the fact that it comes with a few accessories. It comes with the changing pad. It also comes with this little pouch that you can put your dirty diapers in. It has a second little pouch that you can put her pacifier in so it doesn't get dirty in the bag. And it also comes with this little teaser. So all these little accessories come with the bag, which I found genius. Inside there's a lot of different compartments. There's a little thing here to hold your bottle and keep it cold. So I just thought it was genius. It looks pretty stylish for a diaper bag. So this is the one that I ended up going with. Please tell me it's normal to cry and be over emotional for nothing. Girl, I have been crying over the dumbest things and being over emotional about everything. So yes, it's absolutely normal. I've been crying watching other YouTubers birth vlogs and other women go through this experience, or even just watching a sad video of a puppy makes me cry. So yeah. How's your back going? Crazy scared of pregnancy, but you handled it so well. It's inspiring. Thank you so much, girl. First of all, I'm not handling it as well as it might seem on Instagram, but my back has been going pretty well, actually. I know a lot of women can suffer from back pains, but that is not something that has affected me. My back feels pretty much the same, so very grateful for that. Did you work out at all during the first trimester? I'm currently 9 weeks and the struggle is real. Take it easy on yourself, honestly. The first trimester is probably the hardest. I don't think I worked out through my first trimester because I was nauseous 80% of the time. So take it easy. If your body doesn't feel like working out, don't work out. I only worked out through my second trimester. I haven't worked out in 2 months. So take it easy and listen to your body. All right, last question for today is how much weight have you gained thus far? So this is something that is a very tricky question. I do not want to answer it in this video. However, I will talk about my weight gain, how much weight I've gained, body image, all of that, like I said, in a separate video. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure to subscribe. And yeah. Alright guys, that is it for today's pregnancy Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a little bit more insights on my journey, my experience, and what pregnancy is like for me. If you have any other questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!